Okay, welcome to. It's been a while. I've just been struggling with mental health recently, and kind of just trying to get in the right headspace. Although I'm running out of month, I have 10 days left for this content, and I need to write it and proof it and format it properly. So yeah, go us, go me specifically. Last night I ran part 2 of a one-shot after the I can't remember what I called it. An unexplained storm or something. At the end of which was intended to demonstrate some of the Patreon material that I've produced. I'll try not to cry, strange woman voice. I am. And I'm going to have to turn the music down, sorry, in my headset. I'll turn it down Streamlabs as well slightly. And we happy to make the announcement that one shot is being extended into a campaign. We're going to be playing every 2 weeks, every other Friday, hopefully. We haven't quite pinned down a time yet, but we're aiming for every other Friday. We're moving platform from Astral to a standalone virtual tabletop service called Foundry, which is hosted on my laptop. So hopefully there's not too many connection problems, and hopefully it goes well. But if you're interested, please do obviously subscribe to the YouTube channel. All the streams will go up on there eventually. I'm hoping obviously for like the next day or the day after that, but they'll go up eventually. And obviously if you can support the Twitch channel through following or subscribing, please, I encourage you obviously to do so, but don't feel like you have to. Today, however, we're going back to subclass work. I've got 6 classes to do subclasses for, and anyone who can read can tell that today we're doing magic-themed subclasses for the cleric, the fighter, and the paladin. I don't know if I'm going to get all 3 done. I'm gonna try to, obviously, but depending on how long it takes me to work out mechanics and stuff, I might have to split. I might have to come back to this next week. So, I also will be prefacing this by saying I know that there's already a magic domain, but it's not covered in the OGL, so it's fair game. I believe it was only ever unearthed Arcana anyway. And I know there is also the Eldritch Knight fighter archetype, which again, I do not believe that's the one in the OGL. I'm pretty sure the one in the OGL is the champion. But I'll just check real quick. Martial archetype is indeed the champion, so I'm good on that front. And there's no paladin oath for magic stuff. So these subclasses are all going to be magic people who aren't mages, or who are responsible for policing kind of errant or... I'm trying to avoid the words like light, dark, good, and evil. Irresponsible magic usage, shall we say. So that's what these are all going to be. So, cleric domain, these are all the wrong headings. So, cleric domain, magic domain. You know what, I'll just put magic, because it seems a bit pointless to have the repetition. Cleric domain magic. Fighter archetype is going to be the Arcane Knight, not the Eldritch Knight. And Paladin Oath will be Oath of... I just want to check something. I'll do it in this browser. Because like Templar has a lot of unfortunate connotations associated with it, so I want to not use that. Magister's not great. Ooh. What to call it? What to call it? Nullifier? Nope. I guess just Mage Hunter for now. Can always obviously rename things. It's not a big deal. These are all the same headings. No, that's a title, not a heading. There we go. Much better. I'm going to have to stop the preview. I thought I'd paused it. Clearly I haven't. Okay, so cleric domain magic. As usual, I'm going to be using Xanathar's and the PHP to tell me how many domain features I need to provide. And kind of what their focuses are. Foci? Foci? I think it's a hard C in Latin. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I need a 7x2 table. Insert table. 7x2. And then cleric level. Domain feature. First, second, 6, 8, 14, 17. 6, 8, 14, 17. That was weird. I guess it doesn't do the thing where you just double click it, like in most Office programs. Okay, so bonus, it's like divine domain spells, I guess. Yeah, domain spells. Bonus proficiency. And then, so the first level cleric features are usually kind of more narrative than anything. So those are fine. There won't be any armor proficiencies. But it's going to be probably proficiency in Arcana. Oh, I'll give them an Arcane focus proficiency as well. Yeah, they're all kind of flavorsome at first level. So focusing on the kind of the flavor of the domain rather than any explicit mechanic effects. So domain spells, bonus proficiencies, and something. So first level, because the channel divinity, I'm thinking is going to be like a area of effect saving throw buff. Maybe a limited detect magic. Yeah, let's have a limited detect magic ability. So that would be, I guess, sense the realm winds. So domain spells, bonus proficiencies. Sense the realm winds. So that's Arcana and Arcane focus. Limited detect magic. Let's get these properly formatted. I was just checking I had changed the layout to reflect that I'm not playing the game anymore. This is the channel divinity. What to call it? I know what I want it to do, it's just naming it, it's always the problem. What are other ones? What are other channel divinities called? Please just open it. There we go. Radiance of the Dawn. Preserve life. Yeah, they're all pretty melodramatic. Guard against magic. Or even ward. Hi, Blood Rain. How you doing? Nope. Missing a C there. So that's Fresh magic effects. You're annoyed. Oof. Can we help in any way? I'm okay. I'm tired. I'm, you know, still mentally not terribly well balanced, but hopefully getting there. As an aside, this music bops. 6th level. Just let me scroll. Let me scroll. Let me scroll. There we go. Okay, so 6th level is more of a like a either a buff to your spells or a spell-like effect. It seems to be. Don't you hear it that minute? Your head's all red and sticky. Because one of your friends has to stream at 9, right? It's now 11:11, so it should be streaming. Motherfucker's sleeping. Ooh, how dare they? Let's have damage type change. Twist the winds. Not the worst part either. Oh, do go on. Change damage type, or Morris go to bed since 8. Oof. Commiserations. So if it's 11:11 for you, then that's pretty easy actually, because you're just like 11 hours ahead of me. Change saving throw. Man, you and pranking, huh? Potent spellcasting. Let's just call it empowered cantrips because potent spellcasting isn't covered by the SGL. SGL, SRD, OGL, there we go. Is that, I don't think it is. Nah, you get the life domain. It's not work at time since it's night owl like you. I think if this is 9 hours later, give up on them, prang them tomorrow. That's slow burn revenge. Add whiz to cantrip. Damage. The Breaker's PS4. Ooh. Going straight for that, huh? So that's just improved Divine Smite. Oh. Not everything happens at level 14. Oh, cool. Okay. 14's only empowered smite. Divine Smites. Delete. No. Wait. Remove. Remove. Delete row. There we go. Absorb spell. Kind of a box of dog shit. Fair. Regain spells on. Okay, I am actually just going to copy the pre-existing spells table I've got. There we go. And just rename the spells, although I think they're actually the same. Wow, I mean, you probably shouldn't buy it, but that's disturbing that there is. Is it above? I think it's labeled as just level, right? Yeah, cleric level and then spells. And then magic domain spells, I guess. Oh, I'll just leave it to that. It's clear enough. Right. Connection to a god who is to a being is particularly powerful at you realize this chat is being recorded, right? Extremely skilled in manipulating whirlwinds, gives you access to spells other clerics can only dream of. A third, fifth, seventh, ninth, having access to such domain spells connected to connected to you know what, let's just say your connection to the realm winds. The Romans give access to spells clerics can only dream of. You gain access to connected to the realm winds. There we go. Other clerics do not. There we go. Because these are mostly going to be from the wizard spell list. Once you gain access to a domain spell, you always have it prepared. It doesn't count against the number of spells you can prepare each day. If you gain access to spells, it doesn't appear on the cleric spell list. The spell is nonetheless a cleric spell for you. I think it's largely the wording. Cleric class features. Yep. That's the wording. Okay, so. SRD time. Page 100 for the magic. Wizard spell list, go. Obviously detect magic. Is that detect magic and find familiar, I guess? Nah, detect magic. Identify. Go to your hair in a sec, except to sit in the cotton wool ball next to the toothpaste. Be good. Oh, I'll be good. I'll behave. I won't roll around in the cotton wool at all. I believe Animal Messenger is like a second level spell. So I can pick from second level spells now? It is. Oop, too far. Wait, what? I don't recognize that spell. What? Cool. They actually add spells to the SRD. What is this? Okay. Not what I expected. Also, Grim's in the second. Yeah, she has very specific interest for pranks. Let's, in fact, go with that then. Arcanist's Magic Aura, See Invisibility. You can tell. What gave it away? Third level. That's probably going to be Counterspell. Hydrate, you're right. And Magic Circle. Interesting. Oh, right, yeah, Lehman's... I was looking at the spell on this spell list and going, Tiny Hut? The spell is Lehman's Tiny Hut. And I realised, for those of you who don't know, certain characters are product identity for the OGL, so they can't use them. So, like, the Wizard Lehman, for example, is protected, so no one can use it, so they've just had to rename the word to Tiny Hut, rename the spell to Tiny Hut. So I guess Mordekainen's Magic Mansion is just Magic Mansion. Dungeons and Dragons only has 0.2,000 viewers. Yeah. It had more last night because there was an event going on last night, but right now I guess it's kind of wound down for the morning in America. What was I gonna do? Right. Counterspell and Magic Circle. Stop capitalizing things, Google Docs. If you check later, it's probably going to be way higher.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Sunday here. Welcome back.
Can I explain again? Yes. So, the material that I write here for my Patreon is covered by the Open Gaming License. I believe that's what OGL stands for, which is gives me access to material provided in the System Resource Document, or the SRD. This is the core rules for Dungeons and Dragons 5th Edition. But it's not everything. Like, it's not all of the spells. It's not all of the monsters. It has all of the classes, but only one subclass for each. The whole point is to provide you enough material to, make your own stuff, basically. Enjoy your shower. The salt trick was pretty good. But as part of that, they've denoted a fair number of things as what's called product identity. So it's stuff that is kind of intrinsically tied to the game that Wizards retain the copyright to. So some of their spells are named after the wizards that created the spells. So there's like Bigby's Hand, Mordekainen's Magic Mansion, Lehman's Tiny Hut. The wizards themselves are product identity, but the spell, if it's in the OGL, has been renamed. So I was looking at a spell called Tiny Hut, which is a 10-foot dome of force, which you can't enter if you aren't within it when it's cast. So it's a way of ensuring you get a good night's sleep with no interruptions, in theory. And I was looking at the spell Tiny Hut and going, it should be Lehman's Tiny Hut, and then realised that the wizard Lehman is product identity and therefore not covered, but the spell is. So, I'm really confused by the spell Arcanist's Magic Aura, but I'm guessing if I go to the wizard spell list, there's a wizard spell that's like a name and then magic aura. That's the warlock spell list, though. Yes, it is. Nistel's magic armor, magic aura. I may as well call it plot armor. It's a force field. I'll call it a force field. Although if the person who casts it leaves the area, the spell ends. So it's reasonably limited. It just means that you can protect your kind of campsite for a night, unless someone comes along with Dispel Magic and ends the effect early, which has happened before and is very annoying. Anyway, what was I looking at? That's the wrong window. For a second, 4th level spells. Oh, I assume that 4th level spells. I haven't actually checked. So Blight and Death Ward. I think there's a 4th level. Yeah, those are 4th level spells. Cool. So SRD wizards. 2 more days till you can pay for the emote. Excellent. Also, thank you for the host. Wow, that alert box is somehow in the right place. Cool. I mean, the contrast is terrible, but cool. The trouble is, if I change it on this scene, it'll change it on all of the other scenes. So I need to think about that. Anyway. Oh, I guess I could just put like a black background behind it or something. It's actually in the right place. Yeah, it was pretty cool. I was happy with where that turned out. Because accessibility is super important to me. I was going to have like closed captions for these, but I don't have any good place to put the closed captions. Also, I've yet to find one that's, let's say, effective. Oh, that's alert delay. No. Okay, so there now should be a black box, I guess. That's going to look really stupid. Let's... Oh, no alert delay. No. I think that's gone back to transparency. No, I don't. Hopefully, there's no huge black box behind it. I click cancel like an idiot. How am I doing? I'm doing okay, Beast. How are you doing? I don't know if you saw, but I got around to posting that list of. I love that Komodo hype. I got around to posting a list of virtual tabletop sites on the Discord and the tabletop channel that you asked for a while ago. Visiting the parents. How are the parents doing? Ooh, I think it's gonna have to be Private Sanctum and Resilient Sphere. Oh wait, no, Arcane Eye and Private Sanctum. The ground lots of garden work from you. Cool, just what you want. Although I actually enjoy doing garden work, so I don't know what I'm saying. And then 9th level, 5th level wizard spells. Animate objects is tempting. Missed a D&D session this week. Oh, dude, that sucks. Let's go with... I go with Planar Binding and Teleportation Circle, actually. Let's go with Arcane Hand and playing our binding. Nice change from the computer we usually do. Yeah, I can imagine. Oh, we have some extra emotes here as well. If you have Better TTV installed, there is now Goose with a capital G. This is fine. TINF are capitaled. You tried. I can't remember the capitalization on that. And Bongo Love. Hey, go for it, dude. It is a pretty good one. Kiwi swung by during last night's D&D stream and suggested them. Okay, anyway, so I'm about to check to you back at home. Fair. At first level, your connection to the realm wins. Gives you access to knowledge and abilities other clerics will never know. Just dropping in, have to grab lunch, then back out to garden. Good luck. Thank you for dropping in. Enjoy lunch and the garden work. Gain proficiency in the Arcana skill. And may use arcane focuses in place of a divine focus. Do I give a doubled proficiency bonus to Arcana? What are the ones that have extra proficiencies? No. We'll keep that with the knowledge domain. Oh, right. For those who don't know, domain. Gods have divine domains, which are like the areas of divine magic that they are responsible for. So like nature or storms or trickery or knowledge. This is magic. There we go. Explained. Go. And may use arcane focuses in place of a divine focus. May use an arcane focus. There we go. Place of a divine focus. Anyone curious? This is the upbeat station on Pretzel. Like how Loki's got a trickery and Thor's gods. Exactly. Typically, like, they could have more than one domain, but that's exactly like it. That's exactly it. Different games use different words. Like Scion uses purview, but D&D just uses domain. Oh, whoops, no. There's warding against magic. Since the realm wins. Beginning at first level. You develop highly tuned. Don't know if it's better. Yeah. It's because in Scion, gods have many purviews, like many things they're responsible for. So it makes sense in context. You have developed. No. Beginning at first level. You have an instinctive. That doesn't even work. Able to sense the effects of magic. with a moment's thought. As an action, you may make a wisdom perception check. Realm would also fit for what's limited domain. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Also, realm has different connotations in Zion, and in this I use realm instead of plane of existence. So it's all semantics, though. Like, it's all role-playing game. Writing any role-playing material is just semantics. I'm using these words because these are the words the game uses. It's entirely it. It's the only reason. Apart from realm, I thought planar wind was just a bit weird. I like realm wind. You may make a wisdom perception check to detect effects of magic upon a single object, creature, or location. DC for this check is equal to 10 plus the spells. I don't want to set a static DC. We'll just do that. We'll go with what I said. Is equal to 10 plus the spells level. So what do you think of Kiwi sitting in a chair in a forest with the team in front of him as an intermission screen? I think that's a great intermission screen. Is equal to 10 plus the spells level. And if there's no spell on it, if there is no spell active, no magical effect, sorry. Active, the DC is 10. This feature will simply tell you if only tell you if there is a magical effect. It will not tell you the school of magic or any other information. Magical effect present. There is one or more magical effects present on your focus of your check. It will not tell you the school of magic or any other information. Just thought of it, so screenshot, and that's going in the Discord. Cool. Yeah, that's totally a great idea for an intermission screen. What? No, delete, not enter. Okay, how are channel divinities worded? Just as an action, do something cool. Starting at 2nd level, you can ward a single creature or object against magic for a short time. As an action, you may use your arcane/divine focus trace a symbol of protection on a creature or object. Symbol lasts Why do you always have your best ideas to talk to other people? Why brain? Why? Because it gives your brain time to work on things subconsciously. That's why. I frequently find myself stuck for answers for like random questions or can't remember something, and then while I'm talking to someone or doing something entirely unrelated, I will remember. A lot of kind of the stuff I do here, that's why I do it with chat and talk to chat a lot, is it gives me time to process stuff subconsciously while, you know, responding to questions and things. That's for a number of minutes equal to your wisdom modifier. Minimum of 1. And whilst it lasts, the marked creature / object gains advantage on saving throws. Oh, I would just say cannot be directly targeted by spells. Targeted by spells / magical effects. I don't know why I put 2 T's in targeted all the time. Thank you for the follow, Victor Mees. Really appreciate it. Remember one more. So that's marked creature / object can be directly targeted by spells / magical effects and gains advantage on saving throws against the same. Of course, this also means that they can't benefit from ally spells, so you got to weigh it up. But being able to protect someone against spells, especially in combat, is pretty good. Comrade didn't have bubbles, you had to drop a follow. I do have bubbles. Unfortunately, I'm not made of bubbles, but I do have them. They're my channel points. Also, my really terrible first round of emotes are bubble themed. I honestly think the one thing you're gonna have issues come up with is alert sounds. Yeah. That was my problem. So I just went, what do I like? Right, animal sounds. Go. And then I found animal sounds. Although a lot of people obviously use like audio clips or things, and obviously the length of it is entirely up to you. This is a variety channel, Victor Mees, or Victor if I may, so it's not D&D all the time. My partner does like this weekly coffee morning catch up with one of her parents and some friends. So I do this development work during that time. Other stuff I do is just random games. Like right now I'm playing Mass Effect a couple of days a week. Although there's now a fortnightly or bi-weekly D&D game on the channel, so that's cool. Anyway, Twist the Winds. That's the 4th level. 6th level. Thanks, Gibbon. Appreciate it. Right, sounds quite right. Forever DM need a break now and then. Oh gosh, I'm a Forever DM too. Don't worry about it. I mean, I finished Dragon Age Blood Rain. I needed a break from fantasy, so I went to Mass Effect. After I finish Mass Effect 1, I'm intending to finish The Witcher 3, and then I'll go to Dragon Age 2. Unless people really want me to play Mass Effect 2, which I'm not averse to. By 6th level, your mastery of magic has grown. Due to alter spells in minor ways. Mass Effect 2 is best. Mass Effect 2 is so good. I would have appreciated a bit more, like granularness. I don't know, to the character builds, but it is seriously very good. Whenever you cast a spell, you may alter its damage type. To any damage type except psychic or radiant. What you're currently doing is think about adventure open world campaign, sent the Warden of Star, 3 possible quest parties you've heard of. You have some ideas. Oh, sandbox play. Mass Effect 3 is Shining, haven't played 1, and that other one isn't worth the Mass Effect name. Well, I mean, you're watching me play 1. Mass Effect 3's... Like, Mass Effect 3 to me ends kind of halfway through. And then it's just all epilogue from that point onwards. Alternatively, you may... Alternatively, if the spell requires a saving throw, you may alter the saving throw within the following limits. The saving throw is a strength. Why can't... Oh, why did I even put a Y in? What? Strength, dexterity, or... I'm always happy to talk shop, by the way, while I'm doing this. This is just something to do while talking with chat that I need to do for my Patreon, so... Strength, dexterity, or constitution saving throw. It may be changed to one of... I know this is redundancy, but I wanted to be painfully clear that if it's like a physical saving throw, it remains physical. So like, if it is strength, dexterity, or constitution, you can change it to any of those other two. If the saving throw is a... Is it wisdom, int, charisma, or int, wisdom, charisma? I think it's intelligence, wisdom, charisma. Or charisma saving throw. Requests the party are very different because they're all in 3 different countries. Even better! Even better. Because then obviously they'll tell you what kind of game they want to play. Maybe changed to intelligence, wisdom, or charisma. Use this feature a number of times equal to your... Let's tie this to wisdom. Modifier and regain all expended uses at the end of a long rest. BRB food is needed. Sure thing. Empowered cantrips is exactly what it sounds like. That's 8th level? Yep. The Randy, which is basically Hawaiian, so that's some magical bull honkery going on. This is just dungeon crawl with huge payoff. Man, I'm terrible at running dungeon crawls. I've had starting at 8th level, your connection to the realm winds allows you to overcharge your cantrips. Whenever you roll damage... Oh, I'll just copy the text from... Well, I won't copy the text because it's not covered by the OGL, but I will reference the text for potent spellcasting. If I can find potent spellcasting anywhere. Divine Strike. Nope. Oh, you just stepped. Okay. Wisdom modifier to any damage. Oh, to the damage you deal with any cleric spectre. Deal with any cleric cantrip. Guilds, so the nation of its pirate issues. They were fighting, selling after pirates. Using the Saltmarsh naval stuff, I imagine, or homebrew. Should I alter these around? Although the other cleric, all the clerics do go at 8th level. Right. Minimum of once. You regain all expended uses. Oh, when you finish long rest. Gotta keep the language consistent. Some power cantrips, and then absorb spell. That's that 17th level. At 17th level, you have become adept at using the magic of others to fuel your own. Whenever you are affected by a spell of first level or higher, and you are aware of the spell, use your reaction. Regain a spell slot of a level. Less than or equal to half the spell level of the spell affecting you. So it's reported Dark Humor is Destination Element Star Hand spell by. I want to say spam Portugal anyway. But threat to businesses? Ooh. Yeah, those are all very different themes. Those are pretty cool. Do you have any idea which way your plays might swing? Use your extra regain spell slot of a level less than or equal to half the spell. Half the spell level of the spell affecting you. Minimum of level 1. I think that works. This is all first draft material anyway, so anyway. And then kind of the narrative introduction to the domain. Whereas other clerics call upon their divine connection to fuel their to gain mastery of the world around them. Or creatures, let's say world or creatures, because like trickery and stuff. World or creatures around them. Some clerics are so attuned to the realm winds. They know how to manipulate them in ways even wizards do not fully understand. These clerics may have caught the eye of one of... Oh, hang on. I'll just open the relevant document. Tie it all in. Tie it all into the Patreon. Whoops. Introduction, I believe? Told them votes will be done, so far one of them is leaning towards either Erendi or Darkin. Excellent. Where is the list of the 12 gone? Well, it has the list of the 12 gone, even. There we go. Hang on, I've got that picture, right? Did I keep that picture? I did. The Weaver and the Seeker. Gotcha. They've caught the eye of... the Weaver or the Seeker. How best to indicate just kind of instinctive connection? Because obviously you don't have to follow a god as a cleric. You can just be connected to the domain. You simply be connected to the realm winds. By birth, happenstance, or study. Alright, that took an hour. Cool, I've got like probably another hour. Okay, let's go to the Arcane Knights. So, the extension plans for each nation known as Magic Bull Hungry is caused by an Eldritch Crows, Necromancer, and his experiments hiding in a temple. Whereas the Pirate Plague is led by a catfight pirate of Goldfur. Darkness is shared. Orcs come to a race place of the Elves of Alfheim, which is a giant forest in the smack dab middle of Darkin, where elves live. Hey, you know what? That's fair. That's fair. If they're in the middle of the country, they're going to cause issues. I've lost the PDF. There we go. Martial archetypes. I need the table. That's all I need. Okay, that was a terrible example. Cavalier. Thirds 3, 7, 10, 15, 18. So that's 6 by 2. I'll just copy this and delete a row. Not that, this. You're back with food. Welcome back. Hope the food is tasty. So that should be fighter level. Archetype feature. What was it? Like 3, 5, 7, 10? 3, 7, 10, 15, 18. 7, 10, 15, 18. Okay, and then martial archetypes are pretty much like 1 per, I think. Bonus proficiencies there. Champion doesn't get bonus proficiency, but it does get the improved crit, so yeah. Staying well away from combat superiority, because that's hella flexible. Whoops. And the Eldritch Knight gets the spell casting, right? And the weapon bond. It does. Okay, so, oh dear. Accident Awakens, there's going to the stars. The chance the players will go there for cash money. Oh my god, cash money. Do not give them too much cash money. I made the mistake of letting I say mistake. I let level 3, 4 maybe characters steal all of the art in a stately home and sell it, which is why they ended up with plate armor at level 3 on the fighter. It made AC a problem for low level monsters, shall we say. I was about to say I'm pretty sure the spellcasting feature is in the SRD, and then I realised that, of course, it's got the wizard in it. So that's not a problem. The problem is, how do I just copy-paste the spellcasting class feature? To be fair, I could just... Actually, these are magic hunters, not magic users. Also, I'm staying in the capital ground to camera my cost, just 100 move. Man, real estate. What is that? Let's have magic-like features. Level 4. Ah, yes. Cash money at level 4 is very tempting. Very tempting. Guess I'll throw it to chat. Chat, you're wise people. And occasionally small flightless birds. For a fighter archetype that is responsible for hunting down mages, would you give them magic-like features or the ability to cast spells? I don't want to replicate the Eldritch Knight. This is going to be very different in terms of feel. So even if they could cast spells, they'd be very limited in the spells that they could cast. Like, if they had a spell list or spell casting, I should say. My initial thought is just allow them to cast shield a couple of times, and then give them like magic resistance, as Victor's just suggested. Rather than just saying, here's a spell list, but you can only learn certain spells off of it, like the Eldritch Knight one. Because obviously the Paladin gets spells, so I'll be adding extra spells to the Oath to kind of replicate that feeling. Cool. Okay, so archetype feature. Arcane Shield and enhanced training. So we've got cast the shield spell. I should check that shield's in the SRD, but I'm reasonably confident it is. I'll just put limited magic resistance. Okay, so that's that. You're currently a small flightless bird. That's fair. That's fair. Okay. Just looking at pre-existing examples of 7th level class features. Seventh level seems to be pretty flavor focused rather than kind of utility or class focused. Okay. Let's go with... question, would you rather be annoyed when you're really tired or when you're just waking up? Ooh, that's a good question. I think I'd rather be annoyed when just waking up. Because then I can, you know, get through the rest of the day and hopefully get over it. But equally, I know it doesn't always work that way. Nope. Heading. Nope. Oh, yeah, right. Heading to it is heading to I1. 10th, 15th, 18th. Okay, that's more mechanical and that class based. Okay. Gotcha. You'd rather be annoyed when really tired because you can sleep a lot. That's fair, also. Waking up in a bad mood sucks. I mean, just waking up generally sucks if you're tired. Also, welcome back. Hinder spellcasters. Oh, that's the wrong heading. Okay. I think 15 is more just flavoursome, right? Okay, I just didn't scroll down far enough. I should just zoom out so I can see more of the page. There we go. That's better. Yeah, this is flavoursome again. So I've got shield spell. Remember this what time it was like? Time I fell asleep on the couch, so I went to move to bed. I sock them in and that's just our scheduler. Sorry, that shouldn't be funny, but I found that amusing. If I just quiet, listen intently. Well, thank you for listening intently. Hopefully the music helps also. Anyway, draining strikes. It's the wrong heading, you fool. That's the wrong heading. Limit spell slots, we'll say for now. And then the capstone subclass ability. Does immediately drop back on the couch burst feel backwards? You know, I can see why. I can see why that would be the case. What do I want to call this? Absorb's not really the right word. Ricochet isn't the right word either. Not gonna lie, you laughed so hard at the time. Oh, I can imagine. Did the person you punched in the face? Gosh, what would this be? I just don't want to put absorb spell again. Ride the wind. Ride the wrong wind. Laughed a little bit through the mouth. That probably hurt a fair amount. I'm heading 2. 1 turn buff. Okay, so at the third level, taught the basics of defensive spellcasting. Let me cast the shield spell. Let's just check a couple of other spells that may or may not be present. Let's try 110. Almost. So the shield spell is present. What other relevant spells would there be? Never mind. We're all good with just the shield spell. You may cast the shield spell. You may use this feature a number of times equal your intelligence modifier, a minimum of once. Gain all expended uses at the end of a when you finish a long rest. And we're going to health beds here. See you, Bloodrin. Thanks for being here. Hopefully you sleep well. Hopefully your prank does not escalate too... Well, your revenge does not escalate too far as well. When you finish a long rest. Oh God, what's the wording on Bardic Inspiration? That didn't help in the slightest. Because it's a class feature. Escalate! Get it real high. Know what? Let's just leave it as a short rest. Let's just have it as a short rest. A short or long rest. Beginning at third level, you are given training designed to limit the effects of magic upon your body. As a reaction, when you are directly targeted by a spell, you grant yourself advantage on that spell saving throw, or impose disadvantage on that spell's attack roll. So I could limit it to a number of times per day, or per rest, I should say. Or I could have it like a... There's a chance it won't work. Let's do it per rest. to your strength or dexterity modifier, a minimum of once, and chosen when you gain this feature. You regain all expended uses when you finish a short or long. When you finish a long rest. So both of these use your reaction. Obviously, shield works against weapon attacks as well as spells. Actually, let's leave this as long rest because shield's a pretty good buff to your AC. Yeah, let's leave it as long rest. Obviously, it's all subject to playtesting. If anyone ever gives me feedback on them. Okay, so that's that. Defensive stance. What was that going to be? All right, attacks of opportunity against spellcasters. What level is this for? 7th. By 7th level, you have learned to react quickly to enemy spellcasters. When targeted by a spell. As a reaction, you may make a single weapon attack against a spellcaster when they target you with a spell. Directly target you with a spell. Spellcaster that you can see within range of your weapon. As a reaction, you may make a single weapon attack against a spellcaster that you can see within range of your weapon when they directly target you with a spell. As long as they are not... As long as they are capable of spellcasting, after this attack, their spell proceeds as normal. Disruptive Presence. What level is this? 10th. From 10th level, you know how to move and draw attention. You know how to distract enemy spellcasters. As an action, gosh, what would this be? How would I word this? It's not imposing disadvantage. Cause all hostile... Let's say within 60 feet. Make a saving throw against using their spell casting ability modifier. The DC is equal to 8. plus your strength / dexterity modifier plus your proficiency bonus. That's not how you spell dexterity. What? If they fail the saving throw, count. They must treat their spell attack bonuses and their spell save DCs as what level are you at? What's your proficiency bonus at 10th level? Four. As being lowered. How the fuck would I word this? Sorry for the swear word. It's just an awkward effect to word. If they fail this saving throw, spell attack bonuses and spell save DCs are lowered by an amount equal to half your proficiency bonus till the start of your next turn. If they succeed, if they pass this saving throw, if they succeed, I can never remember the wording. Just go to a spell I know has a saving throw. Successful one. To the start of your turn on a failed saving throw. And by 1 on a successful one. Because, like, you're still using your entire turn to do this, so I still want there to be a benefit to doing it. It's just not as good, and it doesn't scale. So at 10th level, it'll be +2. And then at... It's like 17th level, it goes up to to load by 3. Yeah, 17th level, it'll go up to +3. At 17th level, they'll be load by 3. So that's fine by me. Draining Strikes. That's 15th level feature. At 15th level, you know how to control an enemy's spellcaster's access to the realm winds. As a reaction, and dealing damage to a spellcaster, Uh, You may attempt to expend one of the spell slots by making even better. You may attempt to expend one of their spell slots. If you choose to do this, your attack deals no damage, but the target loses its lowest level. Loses one of its lowest level spell slots. Spell slots, or similar for things that don't have spell slots. That should be it's not it. I'm an idiot. Moving on. We all knew this. Let's say your attack deals half the normal amount of damage. Or similar if the target is capable of casting spells but has no spell slots. There we go. Bit of clarification, never hurt anyone. Just see how this stacks up with the champion archetype while I'm here. Let's try page 20 then. Druid, excellent. The champion archetype is pretty basic. Yeah, we're fine. Ride the Realm Wind. 1 turn buff. From 18th level, you are able to control the effects of spells upon your body. To some degree. As a reaction, when you are affected by a spell, you use that spell to gain a temporary the game doesn't really use buffs and bonuses is the problem. So how to word this? I guess to gain an effect that lasts until the end of your next turn. The effect depends upon the type of spell. The school of the spell, even. The spell is from the Abjuration, Enchantment, Illusion, Divinity or Illusion. Enchantment or illusion schools. Your AC increases by 2. spell is from the evocation. Necromancy schools. Which damage type? The damage type of your attacks is changed to fire, gold, acid, or lightning. The spell is evocation. Or necrotic if the spell is a necromancy spell. This needs wording to be an evocation spell. Cool acid. Yeah, people forget acid exists as a damage type. I like it. So that's 5. I'm missing transmutation. Well, transmutation will just be in here. Evocation or transmutation spell. So that's... I'm missing 1. Conjuration. Conjuration. Gosh. Oh. If the spell is from the Conjuration School, even better. Even better. Conjuration there. If the spell's from the Abjuration School. I don't think there are any offensive Abjuration spells, but, you know. One use of... Okay, shield feature. Pretty sure shield is abjuration. When you are affected by a spell from another that you have not cast. There we go. Cool. So, Arcane Note. One of the many orders of warriors dedicated to justice on Thalanus. Few are as highly trained as Scour's Knights Arcana or crud. I need another. Where's my introduction gone? Where did geography go? History, geography. Here we go. That's the wrong way. Hydrate, you're right. Let's say... the Forged Crags. They need defending. Scour's Knights Arcana. Or the Molten God of the Forged Crags. Both of these organizations excel at responding to magical threats, where the trained spellcasters or creatures from other realms. Gosh darn it. Both of these organizations excel at responding to magic threats from trained spellcasters or creatures of other realms. They're always looking to build their numbers. In Tefes, in the face of increasing threats, whilst other martial artists whilst other warriors use magic to supplement their fighting styles, these knights dedicated themselves to subverting and denying the effect. It's the wrong word entirely. Preventing the effects of magic upon themselves and lessening its sway over others. There we go. I think that works. Shunning? Maybe. Shunning is more like a social thing to me, though. I'll loop back around to it at some point. Obviously, this is all first draft stuff. Paladin Oath. This is the interesting thing, because I have to, obviously, do the Oath tenets. Give me the table. Give me the tables. 3, 7, 15, 18, 20. Does that tie up with a PHB? Sort of. So 3, 7, 15, and 20, basically. Yeah, 3, 7, 15, and 20. 3, 7, 15. 4? Is that right? Only 4 Oath features? It is. So I need 5 and 2. Paladin level. Oath feature. I guess I'll just delete this entire row. There we go. And then it's 3rd, 7th, 15th, and 20th. Oath spells. This is the one I haven't really thought about, so we might be here a while. Just check to see if... I'm just replying to a pretty important message. There we go. Sounds vaguely James Bondy. Oh, right. 7th level is aura stuff. I could just go Oath of the Malleus, of the Malleus. Anyway. I'll just put Mage Hunter for now. 7th level is aura stuff for every oath. Extra spells. That's fine. Okay, 15th level. I know obviously I have to do the 3rd level thing, but 15th level seems to be like a passive effect, almost. Yeah, 15th level is a passive effect. Resilient mind. And then 20th level stuff is kind of real crazy. Paladins at 20th level are really nasty, actually. It's just getting there is the problem in most games. Because 20th is the capstone for every class. I mean, this is just anti-magic stuff. Void in the realm wins. The calm the winds. Okay, so 3rd level paladin features. Oh, right. Channel Divinity stuff. And you get 2 Channel Divinity options every time. Yes. Looks like it. Yes. 2 Channel Divinity options. That's nice about Divinity. So I just replying some pretty heavy stuff. Okay, anyway, moving on. Oh, ow! Just kicked my Xbox. Ah, that hurt. I need the spells table. There we go. Okay, how many? 4. So that's the same amount, right? 4 or 5? I can't count. My blood sugar's dropping. 5. Yeah, it's the same table. Cool. Spells. Tower Divinity. Or of the Mage Hunter, which I might rename. Mind. Confluence. That again is not high spell divinity. I don't know why I'm having such a problem with it. Paladin level spells, that's fine. This is all going to be reformatted when I put it into Word anyway. Alright, I need to put tenets as well. Tenets of the Mage Hunter. Heading 2. Guess technically goes above the table. Actually, what time is it? I'm going for an hour and 3/4. I'm just really starting to struggle to concentrate because of my blood sugar. So I might end the stream here. And then next week, in theory, pick up with the finishing off this Paladin Oath. And if I've got any other class development work to do, I'll do that. Or I'll think of something else to do during the stream. I'm just really starting to, as I say, struggle to concentrate. Snack and nap. Oh, I just need food. I haven't eaten since 8. Since 8? When did I wake up? I haven't eaten since like 8:45. I'll just finish up the formatting here. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to end the stream here. So again, if you missed the announcement last night, the D&D game will be bi-weekly on the channel. I've got an overlay set up for it and everything. It looks better than this overlay does, let's say. So hopefully that's enjoyable and of interest. This stuff, as you can tell from the title, it will, in theory, will be released this month. Hopefully, all being well, will be part of this month's update. The other 3 classes that I have not yet covered, being the... Gosh, what are they? Rogue, Ranger, and Monk. I got there in the end. Being the Monk, Rogue, Monk, Ranger, and Rogue in alphabetical order will be the other Explorer tier. However, I did kind of work myself into a loophole on my Patreon in that I said I would try to get two things per month for each tier. I do have 10 days left in the month though, so I'm reasonably confident I can do it because it only takes about 3 hours to do, as you can see, to do one one group of 3 themed 3 subclasses built around the same theme. So I'm hopeful that during the week I can get the other one done, and then we'll just come back to this, and then that gives me next week to proofread everything and get it formatted properly. But I'll be back. This week coming is my on week with Onyx Path. So I'll just be back later on Tuesday, around like 4:30ish probably, to play an hour and a half or so of Mass Effect, because it's a long game and I probably shouldn't take my time with it because there are other things to play on the channel, obviously. So obviously that's all that stuff. But that's it. That's all I can do. I'm struggling. So have a good weekend and see you all around. I've lost the end stream. There it is. Goodbye. Stay safe.